this is Laura from LiveVisions.com. I just wanted to give you a little information on what it is, what does it mean to have your moon in Leo. Well, first of all, what is the moon sign? It is your emotions, and whatever sign it is in, it shows how you handle your emotions, how you display, how you present yourself when you're emotional. So, moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is very, I want to say they can be very dramatic when they don't get their way, okay? Especially in the home, because outside the home they want to appear dignified, and so you would probably see this more at home. I want to say they're very, very generous, you know. If they give, they give you something, sometimes they tend to go overboard and be really lavish with what they give you, but they do expect the same in return, and they would really, a lot of gratitude. They do love a lot of gratitude. They like to be fawned over, you're so wonderful, I love you, all this, they really can eat all that up. Everybody likes being told that, let's face it. But Leo moons especially love compliments, emotional. They like to feel, warm and, happy. But one thing, they like to get their way, and if they don't get their way, they can be rather dramatic. Sometimes they have to know that it's not just about them, that it's about others as well. So if you have your moon in Leo, that you got to know that sometimes it's not just about you, it's about your partner too. And you are generous, you're very giving, very loyal, and you expect that back, though. You expect, well, if I'm giving, I want you to give too. And that's not always financial, but it's emotional, You want to make sure that the person's there, for the, I want to say you want to feel appreciated is key. That's big for you. Moon in Leo, probably your mother, because the moon represents your mom. So with the moon in Leo, your mother probably would have been, she would have stood out in some way. She would have been the type of person who caught people's attention, And if you're a man and you have your moon in Leo, chances are your wife is an attention getter. She really walks into a room and, people notice her. She could be very beautiful. She could be very charismatic. She could also be very, I want to say showy, very like the jewelry, the bracelets, necklaces, fur coats, bling. She's big time bling. She could be that way, because Leo is it's a sign that is very noticeable out there, and that moon describes the woman, so she would be in some way very she would stand out, so, but for the most part, you want to be appreciated. You really want to be appreciated. You like things being about you, and the only thing you have to curb is sometimes you have to know and realize that it's not always about yourself. There's other people involved, and this could be hard because you like being the center of attention. That's your thing. Leo is represented by the sun, and the sun is what? Illumination. So Leo is the sign that illuminates where it goes, and it wants attention. But in the moon, that means emotionally you want a lot of attention. It could mean too that you like to do creative things, because the Leo also represents it's creativity. It's in a creative house. Leo rules the creativity house. So it could mean that, you like to be creative. And I want to say emotionally, you could be an emotionally pretty much a happy person. But the only thing is when you don't get your way, you could probably be very dramatic, and like letting people know that you didn't get your way and you don't like that. But it'd be more so in the home. But I think it's a nice moon to have. I think that you're probably where the apple of your mom's eye, because Leo attracts a lot of attention. So your mom may have paid a lot of attention to you. So this is my synopsis on Moon and Leo. I hope you liked the video. If you would like to take astrology classes, click the link below. I have a basics and an aspects class. For the aspects class, you must know the basics first. Also, if you like the video, please subscribe and I'll be making more to teach you a little bit more about astrology. Anyway, have a good day. Talk to you soon.